When I'm talking about connectedness and conversations and this meaningful bond, everything, one major thing comes in mind is expressions. What we are expressing. What holds us behind, as I said, that our hesitations or our doubts or our tendencies to sometimes just withdraw because something is stopping us. What maybe our ideas, our thoughts, our beliefs, or our previous experiences. What we do not notice, an important factor of interaction and conversations and connectedness is at some point of time, everyone around us were a stranger. At some point of time, we started. And somehow we bonded. With some we bonded over food, with some we bonded over studies, with some we bonded over maybe just good music or therapeutic conversations. Who knows, right? Well, my friend is here. I will tell stories. Welcome Srinatha, Niladri and Chelsea and Boone. Please be seated. Well, when I was talking about connectedness, I will start with a story. A story of connection that can seem really simple, but that has so much meaning. And that's how a stranger becomes a friend, maybe. So once upon a time, there was this girl who was just another friend in school. And we used to laugh. We used to, all of us, like in school, imagine a 6th standard class, all of them chattering, giggling, and pulling each other's leg, and that's what they enjoy. These gigglings and chatterings do not tell that girl, did not tell that she's going to find some supra-level meaningfulness in her life with just the next person 10 to 15 years later. She was not aware at that time. But slowly, she started interacting. And through her interactions, that can be over, just mimicking a teacher, or a good laugh on some friend falling down, or just watching sunset in a tuition class. Well, that's how things go ahead. But when they were watching the sunsets together, they did not know that they will become best of friends 15 years later. And to my surprise, this girl did actually bond over Maggie with her best friend. Right? Isn't that amazing? Just a stranger who was nowhere close to her. She didn't even know this person well. And just some small things could be so meaningful. Now coming to the story of another person. Now this person, well, this story is a little different, but still very, very meaningful connection. And why am I mentioning this story specifically? Because I just want to give a very natural touch to this interaction today. And I want interactions and I want people to please share their own stories, something that feels meaningful to you as well. Well, this is the story of a person who thought at some point of time, let me try talking about my problems to somebody. And when he did that, in the first interaction, he didn't find it that meaningful, probably. But then, slowly, he thought that, why not? some level, some wavelength is matching, and I'm feeling that something is helping me. Some discussions are so thoughtful that I am being able to touch those areas of my mind that are untouched mostly. And then slowly they bonded. And how did they bond? They bonded over discussions, not just about the mundane problems. They bonded over discussions about stories, about choices, about manifestations, and many things. And mostly expressions of emotions. Well, some of the stories that we carry with us leave such a deep imprint in our mind that we can only manifest it through different forms of art. What else can be better than art? So today we have an arrangement here. It might sound very simple, but when we take art as a tool for manifestation, it can be anything. The cues that we are seeing, the thoughts that we are thinking right now, whatever is going inside our mind. The theme is connections. The theme is to understand whatever is touching me. I can manifest that. I can express that. It can be colors, just colors. It can be doodle. And the interesting part of this art today is we all will contribute, those who are participating in the artwork, we all will contribute to make one whole thing. So we are not finishing it, we are leaving space for others, and that is one of the most important factors of interactions. It is not only about talking, or it's not only about listening. It's also understanding that I am playing an active role in that, and the other person is also playing an active role in this. And there we create a two-way communication. Okay? Sometimes it is multiple ways, but anyway. Well, we will continue to speak, and I think we can move ahead. We can start with the artwork. And my lovely students, please. Thank you. After the artwork, while the artwork is moving, please feel free to interact, and we will be having conversations. Many other people will come and join. I would request everyone, if you feel like, whoever, like you don't really have to have serious knowledge about art, but if you can just come with something over here, that would be great. We also have creative wall over there. If you want to express anything, this is for everyone. This is not a force, but I would be very happy, and I want to keep that creative thing in my clinic, because that means a lot. Your words, your expressions, as anything for us, or anything that you think about yourself, or in general, anything. We have arrangements. Nakshi will guide you. You can write, and we will stick there and move on. And we will have open mic, and we will start that after this. So in open mic, we have poetry, narratives, and music. If anybody else, those who are registered already for that, I know. Other than that, anybody else who wants to do something, express, please feel free to let me know. Refreshments will be there. Please feel free to grab it. Thank you.
who are things. They usually organize the workshops. It's a nice place actually. You play music also. That's a studio, private studio.
It's all great.
Locked, I believe. Yeah.
It's a peaceful place.
Drum.
Yeah.
That's a nice. So you're coming from a doctor's appointment?
Yeah, like,
What happened?
this cold and cold. Morning, body, fever is not this kind of thing.
वो काम है एक्चुअली वैष्णवी स्टाइल
What did the doctor say?
Just like the heat.
कुछ भी
So yesterday, after Wednesday was a night this week.
Let's go.
It's cold, right?
Two more of the people that are left to come.
That's why it's not like
it's not that
very
I'm not following up. Actually, I was following last year.
anything you feel अभी आदमी कैसा लग रहा है उसके बारे में
I came to college and then after my bachelor's degree as well.
छोटा
And then maybe any of one of them is I'm a writer, so I've been working as a writer. It's not a student. Technical factors. I just talk about I can't say it myself.
My growth, sanctions and yes, also Vidisha. Yes. We met at the waiting area. Why don't you write for मेरे दिमाग में भी oh, I didn't
This is a safe space.
So, one story.
for someone else.
I got two jobs out of college and one paid. It's the one that hit me. And it was
It's
I
not
was
America with it.
computer science.
I have to watch with a very dark eye. It's anonymous. It's anonymous. It is.
Even though I university for
किसको पता चल रहा है तेरे को जो लिखना है लिख
what year did you guys I graduated 2014.
right you want to write
So, as I was telling you, I got picked up to be people don't come to Christ for development jobs. They come for ancillary jobs, essays and stuff. And I got picked up I did for 2 years. And then I joined the organization. There, somebody asked me that job I did, and she said, "You got a book." And it just resonates backwards and forwards. And I always liked writing. Oh, I'm a writer. I found like a adult version of poetry, and that's why I continued to I come from a Catholic boys' school.
Do they work?
So for me, like coming from a Catholic school, I'm like, okay, that's this. Oh my God.
Start. Okay, please.
I used to all yeah, for me, they're like very easy. But I understand.
I like this ad. People chose it for me. Reaction on your
कॉफी सर्व करना है
अभी आ रहा है
I saw this guy, little kid, very plus stick. And I was like, oh, this is what I'm looking for. That one or that one?
Would you like to write something?
Everybody's writing about mental health. I'm just like, okay, what can we do that's different?
Anything just go for it.
Hello. Yes. Sorry, I didn't get you. What might your name be? My name? Your name is Sunny. My name is Sri. Yes, I started today the So, normally we order pizza. Sri means yes. So, not mine. It was hers. No, she has it. কি চাই গলি তাহলে ওখানে That's the reason why I was asking. So what do you do? I am in the pharmacy clinical psychologist. One of my students. Yes, I am. So from where? I'm doing it for the university. So where is it? Main campus. Do I have to say that? Yeah, it's a different it's like you pass what's your name? What do you do? Math teachers bring up the respect. Before that, you're also math teacher. Guess what? It's got a very funny vibe. But I don't know, I feel like it's a do you do yoga? professional in math again.
So math has to be certain be there, but not as graph theory like that.
Yeah, much of like
So I try to make it as fast as like so. We try to run away.
Certain things we are not feel free. We not take coffee and let's say nobody want to do. You have to find it. Nobody teaches us.
We have arranged some questions. Coffee and cookies. Please,
Singing, smaller company. They have a marketing team.
If you're born outside India, there is We've been outside India present.
Yes, so Chennai is the labor office.
No, it's still good friends.
we are the rivals and second the
But I don't know if I have India.
and then the point just by
We have some noise. So we were having the relationship, and he received some queries and he received some wonderful, interesting viewpoints. And I think many of us over here would like to share our experience of this connectedness that I was talking about. Personal stories, experiences, your understanding, your views. And if anybody have any queries for me, please feel free. And by the way, I'm not the only psychologist over here. We have a bunch of psychologists here today. So feel free to ask questions about connections, about interpersonal relationships, about that vibe that I was talking about, why some people connect and some people don't. So please go ahead. So somebody want to share something, I would request Vikashi to come. Please.
Hello everyone. Hi. How is everyone doing?
Good.
Everyone interacting with everyone? So, how many of you are not from Bangalore? So everybody is in a room full of people in Bangalore mostly. What happens? Yeah, so every time I'm in a room full of people where there's a social gathering, and I like to go to these events and everything. And there's a question that, oh, how many people are here from Bangalore? And it's so beautiful that the Bangalore people are there in minority. Yeah. So I came to this city 2 years back, and it was very difficult for me to adjust over here, and it was a new place. I did not know anything. But now the city has become home to me. In some ways, I adapted to the people, I adapted to the food, I adapted to the culture. And the first time when I came over here, what actually really helped me is the first friends that I formed over here were actually people from here, were South Indian people, and they took me in, they made me aware of the culture, made me aware of the food, and they made me feel at home. So there's a question that I would like to pose over here to everyone that's present. What made you feel home in Bangalore? That's a nice answer. What was the answer? I'm honored. Yeah. So anyone else who would like to talk about their experience, what made them feel home in this new city? That makes sense. What do you do? What do you do? Anyone else? So Sulgi says the easy availability of dosas. Okay. Anyone else who would like to share an experience of their work can come here and speak?
Before we start open mic, anybody else? I can see somebody walking towards me. Any experience you would like to share about the library? Yes. We have Nisha here. She is my childhood friend and she wants to share experience. Okay, I was thinking that, hope I'm audible. So I was thinking that I'll come a little late because maybe I must say can make the environment a bit heavy because I have a quick request to all the psychologists over here. So I'll start with a personal story which I have not shared so far in the public forum. I have been here for 10 years now in Bangalore, so obviously there's a little background to what I do. I am a typical corporate worker only, so I have been here for 10 years. I work mostly for Bangalore itself. As Gari has already started this conversation with having connections, right? And she and Srinata being my schoolmates, they know that I'm kind of a reserved person. Striking conversation would have always been a challenge. I only started off probably a bit during my graduation days. And to be honest, when I joined the workforce, it has become a mandatory. But at the same time, I will say that I've been doing pretty well at my job, even if I start more career. But there was a time when I have been given a suggestion by a leader that we see the potential in you, but we don't think you can make it because you lack the confidence. And like you always know, right? If you're fresh out of college and a little bit of a smart, like people will give you advices like right sense, it's your job to use, I would say, use advice that will be taken cognizance. So that led to, so once that advice came, second time again advice came. So this time I took it a little seriously and thought of going for a membership. Now, point is I don't know whether how different the psychologists treat it, right? Or the counseling happens and all. But 6 months program had changed my life. I started looking life a little differently. My perspectives changed. So I would suggest that many of the employees in the organization I have seen that they cannot speak up. I have been lucky enough that I've been observed by some of the leaders. I have been really lucky enough to be able to work with great initiatives that they guide me that way. So, like everybody which was not speaking right in the organizations, if some sort of this kind of programs can be curated for organizations, I think that would be very helpful for them. I'm talking about, right now I'm talking about women because women mentors I think in organizations is spoken way more than for men it is still an uncovered pathway, they don't speak much about it. But again, the solution I don't know, but I think there is a good opportunity for you all. Conversation is basic in any organization, but there are many things that we members do not have a good camaraderie from which the organization suffers as well. So that's a request. So if you can come up with this concept format within organizations which is not just employee engagement but way beyond, that would be great. Thank you so much. We are about to start our open mic, and as I said, we have 3 categories: music, poetry, and narratives. We will start with the poetry section. First, we will have poetry, then narratives in between, and then music. And
I'm the third. We have closed it from 5 to 7.
5 to 7 working.
Yeah.
we will start. I think it's a very obvious case, and Meanwhile, open mic will be going on. If somebody else wants to contribute into the art page, please go ahead and please do your bit. And I would love to have everyone actually do something in their life because we are connecting, we are meaningful and connections. Having said that, about open mic, I just want to give a brief idea about what is open mic. Many of you might find curious eyes about what is going to happen exactly. We people just come and sing and talk and what exactly? Well, open mic, the name itself suggests there is no closeness, there is an openness, okay? And in that openness, it is like in childhood we used to go for this go as you like, right? So it is speak as you like or use your mic as you like. Well, there we have given three categories where people can be little more directed. Many of us today, many of us people, the wonderful people I have over here are creative people. They write, they speak, they sing. And again, as I say, I think many of you are already thinking, why are you telling this? But I know how much creative you guys are, and that's the reason I have arranged for this open mic to give this creativity a space. And let's begin with the open mic then. And yes, Audrey will help me with.
Ma'am is just right now, not in the
situation to participate. Otherwise, now he's ready with something and can do that. Yes. That's my first point.
The chain of being. The night is unavoidable, like the thunder and rain, and time will never stop as a river on the plain. I might just by wonder how the process so quick to be the day as I breathe and the night as I live. The leaves have shattered and grown up again, but why do we live with the same fate? Though it must be said that we live only once, that this life is a speed train, and it speeds to run. I am on the train, and it will take me there, somewhere through the dust, only on someone's head. Curiosity awakens my dreams, but it might be yes, and I am lost in his thought, and forgot my presence. A good day will come, a bad one too, and I shall look forward to both, the yellows and the blue. A good day will come, but I will just hope that the train will slow down for my inside joke.
Next poetry is by Nidhi.
Hello. So I want to preface this book. So in the 12th grade, I decided that I was leaving school, right? I had to leave like a mark. You know, somebody who looks at the yearbook at the end of the year goes, oh, I know her. She wrote something in this. What is it? Granthale. So on the way back home in the bus, I still remember I was leaning against the window and the word pearls came in my head. So there's this thing where if it's an authentic pearl necklace, the pearls are each individually tied. So even if it is torn apart, it doesn't fall. It is authentic so that each pearl stays within the necklace. I have a huge, amazing story and I was ready to write it. I went home, I wrote it, I spent like 3-4 days on it and then I submitted it. And I came to school and I asked my teacher, hey, did you read my book? Do you have any sort of notes for it? And she said, Nidhi, can you come and meet me during the short break? I have something to tell you. I'm excited. I love my English teacher and I want to know everything she has, to say about this poem. So I go to her and she tells me, Nidhi, are you sure this is an original work? Yes. 100%? Have you ever read The Highwayman by Alfred Noyes? No. Well, go home today and read that book. Maybe you'll understand why I asked you. Imagine to my surprise, I had Helen Keller an entire poem. Now, Helen Keller is a term that we created in school after reading the book. Because Helen Keller had once heard a story and then 7 years later reproduced it as her own book. I had never heard The Highwayman. And yet, my poem is similar in terms of story, in terms of the way the poem is written with repetition and alliteration. Okay, I'm going to start. A bright afternoon, a silhouette of a horse closing and closing. Thump, thump, thump. A man in boots, reins in hand, thus settles stop in a small desert town. A small desert town in the wild, wild west. The wild, wild west, notorious for big, big brawls. As the dust settled, the lone man called out, and he called out rapidly. One may say he shouted, "Hear ye, hear ye." Silence. Crickets chirping in the distance. Chirp, chirp, chirp. He tried once again. Silence. And once again, an octave higher, and once more, 2 octaves lower.
to a duel. Such little words, but so very heavy. The crowd laughed, and laughed they did so loudly that the town sheriff had to come out of the saloon to see what this ruckus was all about. I accept, came his reply. Such little words, but so heavy. The sheriff's daughter joined the crowd immediately to stop him, or to cheer them on. It all mattered in the Bible. And as she looked up at the man, thoughts of her past life came to her mind. The past life that she had left behind. The past life that was staring at her. We'll fight for the lass, the man from her past said. I accept, the sheriff said. Again, the little misogynist gives me add, but since it's so old, I won't. The men stood opposite each other, their hands almost touching their pistols. Almost, but not truly. Almost, so close, but not really. The sun was setting. It was the perfect time for a duel, but the starting gunshot was heard. And the contenders made no haste in grabbing their guns and going off. At the sight of very distressed, stressed lady hurried dramatically across the very cold, worn-down couch. Bang! A shot in the dark. Bang! Another shot in the dark. Bang! 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 They shot him down. A gasp sounded in the air as the lady ran to her man who lay on the dusty ground. He'll be all right. As she looked up at the man, he brushed her hair back, the clasp of her necklace screaming as it pearls dropped. Her old mouth sighed, scattered, lost. Come, a tranquil sunset, the silhouette of a horse. Father, come. The man picked his cowboy hat, alone now left, dust in the wind. Thank you. That was wonderful. Thank you so much. Now, we heard a lot of poetry, and just before listening to the other set of poetry, we have a refreshing something by one of my most favorite people over here. Yes. Audrey, please.
Hello everyone. It has been quite a lovely afternoon being here with everyone. So quite vibrant ambience, so to speak. Also, I would apologize in the very beginning because of my hoarse voice. So please pardon me if I mess this up. But yes, I will sing an national festival song. Ah
Well, so I happen to scribble sometime whenever possible. So I'll just read out one of my scribblings. Again, no offense, it's just a scribbling. And Aruna, please get ready. So next is you. Okay? I am the midnight of forgotten memories. I am the pebble in the silent lanes of nostalgia. I am not oblivious. I am the ripple in the stream of your thoughts. I might also be the tiny twigs in your basket of delicate flowers. I am the bridge in the ridges of your mind. And I encompass the pleasurable sadness you relish with every sunrise. Thank you. So next coming up is Aruna. So, Aruna will share her thoughts with us. It's a poetry.
Hello everybody. May I have your attention because my agenda has changed completely after seeing you guys. So I know I was gonna do poetry, but given that we have a limited time, is it okay if I ask some people some questions first because I don't think I've get these. So in the last 2 months, I have processed my trauma growing up in a dysfunctional family, and to 60 poems I was not counting. Obviously, I cannot pick one, Asami say, but what I figured today when I got here, when I saw Sakana with her parents, I suppose, yeah. So I thought, why not use this platform? Because if times say, since I've been writing this poetry, the question I've been asking myself is, what makes a good mother, father, and honestly, now that I have the mic, I have the responsibility. So, what makes a good daughter as well? So, sir, ma'am, and anyone else, because I see your Chotu baby here, can you please share your thoughts on this? Kindly, if it's okay to do it now. Please speak. Sir, no, ma'am, no, you. What is how your parents have supported with this journey? उनका खत्म नहीं लगेगा आराम से.
I really don't know what to say, but my parents have been really supportive when it comes to even the subjects that I want to take. It's not like they force me like science level. I just finished 10th, and now I'm going with the subjects that I like. And also like when I have like these tantrums and stuff, they're always there to help me out and sort me and get my thoughts in proper shape. Yeah, like my parents have always been there. I don't know how many instances I can give you, but it's just like a very nice bond, the best bond kind of bond you can have with anyone, and I'm sure we should be really grateful for that.
Can I ask one small thing? You mentioned that they help you sort your
Thoughts out. So how do they do that for you? Because I'm just trying to picture them. Like how do they help you clear your brain?
Like, I'd be overthinking, I'd be like rushed with so many thoughts in my head. And then they'd be like, right now, this is happening. Focus on this thing. Like that. I'd be like overwhelmed with so many thoughts. Like, I have to do this, I have to do that. I have some work there.
They give you hugs.
Yeah.
Nice.
And anyone else here, escape life को मैंने बड़ी क्यों बची? Ma'am, would you like to share what makes her the most beautiful daughter and what makes you, I don't know, what you feel would be the best mother for her?
So I feel that Chelsea is the best daughter in this whole world. Yes. Because as we all know in our society, not now currently I guess, but earlier times that when the daughter is born, it's hard to accept her as a very families. But I never felt like that. And not in my family, not in my in-laws. And I have a very supportive family as well who take care of her. And here we are, my brother, she, my sister, and my husband is not there, who is her father. What makes her best is, I feel she makes me feel special as a mother, and that is the best feeling in this whole world. Only once you become a mom, you can get that feeling.
I'm a cat mom with that. I'm a cat mom. So yeah. I didn't feel that you would feel like if you, I mean, to ensure her happy future. Like what do you feel your responsibility?
Okay, so to ensure her happy future, what the best I can do is I can financially support her and not pressurize her, which we have faced in our generation from our parents, like overburdening with studies and then focus on what you have to, what you need to become, what you don't need to become, all those things like doctors, engineers and all. I feel that she can become whatever she wants. She can follow whatever she wants. Study is not important. If she wants to be a player or a singer or whatever, she can follow her passion. And what best I can do for her is I can support her at her best.
Thank you so much.
One word I would add on behalf of Julie. Yeah, I felt she got overwhelmed and she felt so nice while sharing the thoughts about her daughter. But Chelsea is so special to all of us. And just one sentence that I will add over here, that Julie is a super mom. Every day whenever we talk, whenever we see, whenever we meet her, we just feel like hats off. As a working woman, I know how life gets. And it's fine. We all have our own challenges, right? But yeah, just that one thing I wanted to mention about you. Hats off. Okay, so to give everybody some context, why I asked this is because I've never shared this publicly. I've communicated to my friends and my loved ones, but I've grown up in a super dysfunctional family. I've been a victim of a lot of domestic abuse, witnessed it around me, on me, and I wouldn't say it would be the worst thing, like the worst childhood anyone can get. Like she said that financial support was the first thing you mentioned. So my parents did everything they could to support me financially, and I think I partly carry that torch because I think the reason I am so personally financially dependent is because of this nature I got from my own mother and father. But yeah, but just on a lighter note, my childhood was still super special because of my nana and nani. So I have a lot of poems, but I thought this one is the one that I wanted to share with everyone today. It's titled, Was I Ever Even a Daughter at any point of my life? My feelings here being that I always had this burden and responsibility of taking care of my own self, being my own mother, taking
care of my brother as well, and that has somewhat passed on to my adulthood as well. So I'm just going to start and trigger warning to anyone who has who's been a victim of domestic abuse or anything else. Feel free to maybe take some time. Okay, so I'm going to start now. To my mother, I've always been a cold, tight shut jar. To my grandmother, a cold jar with a world within inside. Capturing sunlight, keeping my heart bright through the night. My heart filled with shells from lifeless barrels and sand castles filled with little grains of love spread throughout my childhood that I had gathered, scattered through years of search for meaning, for love without meaning, for love without conditions. No screams, no burns, no slaps, no kicks. Just happy lullabies, dreams hanging on the walls, my milk teeth and balm. I had broken teeth by the way, which may. In all my childhood photographs, there is one black teeth here. So just referencing to that. My milk teeth and balm. Throwing puppet shows for my brother in the shadows with my fingers. Rabbits, elephants, dogs, cats. Those hands were held inside the tents we made of bedsheet, shining bright through the night next to the window. The window carried the scent of sweet jasmine, calming melody of the cold winter breeze because Mobile is pretty cold, which is my bottom half. And imaginary tales with happy endings in borrowed novels. We used to have a library in our school from where I used to borrow novels. We were not allowed to have cable till 12th standard. So that was my source of entertainment, is novels. Kept secret, novels kept secret. I didn't know how to read well yet. But I knew that my father's books were an unopened chest filled with mystery. 15 years have passed since then. There's an urn of love kept on his bookshelf. Next to it sits a vase of broken dreams. Minds live in corners where my laughter and my brother's laughter had once echoed. They're empty nesters. Nobody stays in them actually. There's a lamp standing tall next to the shelf. Shut eyes, rusty lungs, devoid of light, forsaken. Corners of my government house, I might add, are filled with moss, nourished by the tears of the walls. Toys are scattered on the floor like stale apples under the tree, never picked by boys' mate. Falling to the ground, now surveying the earth which bore the fruit. Why I mention this specifically is because my parents now do not live together. My mom is alone, my father is alone. And even though I had this loved childhood, and even though the apples were never picked from those trees and they fell to the ground, still life continues. So I can read now and I can write now. I know more words than my father had ever hoped I would. Those fallen fruits, which is me and my brother, have grown into trees. Jasmine vines, which used to carry the scent when we were kids. I used to tell my brother stories and do puppet shows. Stupid puppet shows, they were not even puppets. Like just my fingers doing this in the light and shadows. Jasmine vines, they now dance to the symphony of the spring breeze. The leaves still fall, tiny fruits too, and then they turn blue at the heel of the roots, healed by the earth. And then from the seeds of those rotten fruits, they are born all anew and the cycle of life continues.
Thank you so much, Aruna. And now we have another very sweet person with us who will read out her own expressions. We have Rashi with us.
Hi everyone, I hope you all are enjoying the evening. So this is something that I wrote when I came to Bangalore, and I was seeing the beauty of life and how beautiful life is even when there are dichotomies in it. So it's in Hindi. So I'll just read it out. Okay. जिंदगी में कभी हार है तो कभी जीत है, कभी प्यार है तो कभी मार है, कभी हंसना तो कभी रोना, कभी सब कुछ पाकर भी सबको खो देना, कभी गर्मी तो कभी सर्द है, कभी तरक्की तो कभी बर्बादी, कभी रुकावट तो कभी आज़ादी, कभी खुद थक कर भी सबको हंसाना, कभी रूठना तो कभी मनाना, कभी धूप तो कभी बारिश। मेरी है बस इतनी सी ही ख्वाहिश कि हो कितनी भी बंदिश, आगे बढ़ते रहना होगा तुम्हें, यही है गुजारिश। Thank you.
Now we have a very special performance by Vaibhav. Well, this is not poetry, not music. Vaibhav will speak, and this is under the narrative section, and I'm sure you guys will get a very different vibe. Please enjoy. Vaibhav.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for attending this event today. Just so we set clear context, what I'm going to do for you over the next 10 or so minutes is live work. Is that okay? I'm just going to live work.
Okay.
Is that a bad thing? No. Because the live does not have to be bad in certain contexts. For example, so what do you do for a living? You're a health professional. What if you could instead be a ranger who has, go and goes hunting in the woods and tell that story? If you were like a hunter who would go in the woods and hunt animals and monsters, do something, fight things. If you could be those things, how would you feel about that? You really like that, but wouldn't that be lying? Because you're not that, you're a health professional, right? But there is a context in which he can be. What about you, young lady in the back? What do you do for?
I'm a student.
You're a student. What if instead you could be a wizard who casts great spells?
Sounds fun.
Sounds fun, but wouldn't that be lying?
But I'm not.
So, what I'm talking about today is a game that I play called Dungeons and Dragons. Please raise your hand if you've ever heard that name. Only a handful of people have heard it. Dungeons and Dragons is a storytelling game. Right? The way we set it up is a bunch of people sit around the table and everybody adopts a character of a hero, of a great hero. They can be rangers, they can be rogues, they can be wizards, they can be sorcerers, they can be all sorts of different things. And you can play out the fantasy in a cooperative, safe environment where I, as the dungeon master, leads you to an adventure. Now, normally it takes me about 20 minutes to set up the game and then 3 hours to play it. So we cannot play it. However, I want to talk about the freedom that I feel by telling you about the experience I had with my kids. Playing for the first time and to create these fantastical characters. What did they end up creating? One was this 10-foot tall, purple skinned with horns barbarian who had a big axe that she would fight. Another was a ranger who goes into the forest and sets up traps and this sort of snares and those sorts of things. And the third was a wizard who wears a robe of blue and a big pointed cap to cast spells with the wand. I put them in a context where they all woke up in this forest. Now, this forest was a light blue and green feathers on the trees on this twilight space where small drops of rain fell on their faces. And they woke up and they saw in front of them a wizard statue. A tall, 200-foot tall tower out of which a booming voice came out. Who dares walk in the great realm of my space? Speak your name so that I may smite you down where you stand. Now the players have to react to that, and they have to come up with some sort of narrative on their own. The way this game works is that I set up the story and the players as these characters act out whatever they want to do. There's complete and utter freedom to do whatever you want, except for the fact that whenever you try to do something that has a chance of failure, you roll dice. And the dice determine what happens. The whole game proceeds with just us describing these narratives and then rolling dice and telling the story, improvising it all together. So, in this particular story, what happened was these three players got up in this stadium, this forest, and they heard this voice. They looked around at each other and they had no idea who they were. But the barbarian, the purple-skinned horned lady stepped up and said, "We have been brought here without any context. We were brought here by magical means and we have no idea what we're doing. We don't want to impede on your territory. Right? Help us out of this forest and we will leave you alone." So the wizard says, he thinks about it and he says, "Alright, then you all can come into my tower. Come." And he manifests a lavish living room with plush leather chairs, bookshelves as tall as the walls, floating plates of treats and tea for them. And they all sit down. They walk in. Immediately the ranger says, "Okay, this wizard isn't here yet, I'm going to rob him now." Now this is a decision that the player made on the spot, without having any plan beforehand. I as a dungeon master, I did not plan for that. So I have to now come up with things that he can steal from this wizard. So I say, okay, you go through the books, the bookshelf, and you find a bunch of different maps about ancient treasures, and so on and so on. All nonsense, all rubbish. But the joy of this game is that we have to improvise. So he does that, he robs this wizard light, and then the wizard comes down. This big booming voice comes down, and they see this hunched over old man, white hair, white eyebrows, a big mustache and beard that goes down to his chin, and he's bent over, and he comes and says, "Oh, so you have all entered into my tower. Welcome, welcome. I am the great wizard Hari Prasad. So you said you were here because you were brought here without knowing about it. You were brought here by magical means. Why don't you just leave this forest right now? I'll give you a magical guide to walk you through this forest." He brings down this floating mirror. This floating mirror, he calls, "Well, could you come and help these young nice people out of the forest?" And this little floating mirror with a hand and one comes floating down and says, "Hey, nice to meet you, young girl. I'm going to help you out of this forest. But first, we need to bring a person that lives in this forest. There's a magical sword that lives here, and it's blocked off all the insects." And so on and so forth. So this I have 3 minutes left. The problem with trying to tell you this narrative is that I don't have enough time. However, so they talk to this wizard, they go through this forest, they end up fighting a bunch of different wolves, they end up fighting these sort of anagrams or friends who they pass a spell on, turn into their ally, and they end up finding this magical sword. The entirety of the game is about 3 hours, and the entire time these players were enraptured by the story that doesn't exist. By none of these things that are the only way you play this game is with pen and paper in front of you and a bunch of dice. Right? But the experience of the game allows these players to live as these heroes, going through this forest, meeting this weird wizard, meeting this weird this weird mirror, and then fighting these wolves and so on and so forth. The reason I love this game is because like today's theme conversations. It is all about having a conversation in a very safe, inclusive space. If you have ever wanted to be somebody else, if you've never felt safe in your own skin, this game allows you to do that. And I've played this game and I've facilitated this game for the last 5 years. And in this time, I've played a bunch of different characters. Whether I play a French rebel who stays like this and he runs a printing press with a bunch of all different rebels helping him. Or whether I play this sweet little girl who's not, having a Victorian dress be whatever you want in this game. I'm sorry that I could not tell you more about it, but in the last minute, what I'd like to do, just to be able to give you something to take away, is to walk around with a bunch of you and create your first EAP. And for this, you're going to have to open your mind. So, if I could ask you, if you would be any hero you wanted to be, what would you choose? What kind of hero would you be? Say that again. Captain America. So you want to be somebody who is brave, who is a fighter. What would you do?
The thing is, like, the time when you
What
go
would you do?
24, the
What would you do?
little watch. So, but now I changed it to 16.
As an evil. What about you? What would you be as a hero?
Because we have these EVs are right
You're not a fiction person at all. Okay, so
Because of producing.
what about you in the back?
Yeah.
Natasha, what would you be in this time? And would you name that character? Could you come up with a name? Basically, what if we change it to something else? What about you, ma'am? I'm actually already out of time, already, sorry. But we'll end with you. If you could be any kind of hero, what would you be? Black Widow. So I see a lot of our imagination is being defined by movies. Right? And so a lot of players who are coming from this wanting to play this hero in this game. You can be whatever you want to be. So I am available after this session is over in case you want to discuss and detail on this game. I would love to host a session to cover the exception. But right now I'm out of time and I'm going to have to stop here. Thank you so much. Really sorry that I didn't have a more chance to give you. But Gandhi,
You use acrobats. Every method that I has acrobats. That's where I want.
So it was wonderful performance by Vaibhav. And so anybody has any comment to make or any view to share after listening to all the poetry and the narratives? Anybody else wants to, by the way, those who have not registered themselves, anybody else wants to do anything? Kanishka? Well, Kanishka is here to read a poem. You wanted to say something on it?
Hello everyone. I don't do this very often, like going in front of people and speaking, but here I am. Okay, I'll be reading a poem and I hope that somebody can resonate with it in some form. I was 16 and in love, said a friend, of course. All I want is to be hugged and kissed by him, said another. My heart skips a beat every time I see her, yet another friend. I know this is it, this is my person, said some more people around me. Love. I think love and I are in contention with each other. It refuses to make my heart flutter and it keeps running away further, slipping away through the spaces between my fingers like sand moving through the hours of time. Now I'm 22 and I've never been in love. Love looks like Cupid, a harmless little boy with a bow and arrow said. Hitting people with an insatiable desire to be closer. But to me, love looked like this boy with a sinister intention, masked in a silly apparition, he blinds people of their senses. Love feels like clever music playing in the background, wanting the best for someone, even if it is from a distance, a feeling like no other, said the movies. And I think I've been locked in an invisible cell because my body refuses to feel what they said. What if love is like an open book, written in a language I don't even know? What if love is a synonym for fear for me? These words dance interchangeably in my head as I keep running away, yet keep longing for it. What if love and I are in a love-hate relationship? So when I hear it knocking on my door, I confuse it for hate. Then when I sit alone, I curse my fate. You fall in love at the first glance or the millionth. But all I slip into is a pitch-dark place called loneliness, a place carved in my head like the map of the place I grew up in, ever so hauntingly vivid, making my soul so timid. Loneliness, a constant state I hold in my chest. It envelopes my heart like arms of the lips, hugging dearly, holding it captive with the promise of apparent safety. Maybe love is for those with a carefree heart, not for me. For mine is scared, it quivers frantically just at the thought of needing love, as if it were to jump out of my chest to make a run for its life. In all honesty, being loved is to know that you're alive, and neither my heart nor I have been ready for it. So I would want to say to everyone that if you have this ability to love other people, I think that you're the most courageous person in the world, because to say that I can love somebody and say it out loud to people, that requires courage. Thank you.
Thank you, Kanishka. Well, after seeing these all wonderful people talking so many wonderful things, and especially Kanishka said things about love. Interesting, huh? Anybody else wants to add anything on this speaker? Hello, madam. Well, what a wonderful thought. Some things are kept best to ourselves. Well, in the music category, we had a few people, but we have a time crunch, and we will have to wrap it. And after listening to all of you, I would just like to put something from my side. I have a song to sing, but just one thing. You paint your own carol in your very own magnificent way. How much trivial it may seem to the mundane eyes. You ink your own sonnet in the canvas of the world, in the shades you choose to be wise.
चलने लगी मोहब्बत
my sister-in-law, my Didi, she has something to say. Please, over to you.
Hi, good evening everyone. And all this while I was just busy enjoying the nice French fries and the cookies which my sister-in-law has arranged. I have nothing specific to say over here, but just that this program is ending, I just want to give a big round of applause to her and her team. The only thing which I want to appreciate here is we know that in society, men and women biasness is still there. Even though we talk a lot about women being independent, they have to manage both the household and the professional. Somewhere the name is still stuck to the kitchen or the household things. There are very few families or maybe couple or maybe things have changed now where both the partners need to share equal responsibility irrespective of the fact that okay, it's been an age-old tradition or particular duty is only being stamped to the particular gender. But I just want to mention over here, I secretly admire all the women entrepreneurs who actually build up on their own and in spite of all the challenges or which I'm sure both men and women in any field has to face. But especially for a woman entrepreneur, I just want to thank all of you for the incredible journey and for the very sensitive topic of mental health, and which is a most misunderstood and a very hush-hush topic. Like whenever we suffer from physical health, we don't even think twice to go to a doctor. Maybe we can just openly talk it out. But mental health is something which we don't even realize that we're suffering from a mental health ailment. So addressing it in the society is equally and very critical. So again, thank you so much for this wonderful evening. That was all I wanted to say. Thank you.
So we are about end, like we are towards the end of the entire program, everything that we had, and thank you everyone for coming. But now the main thing is left, and so there is a small thing. It has been 1 year of my own clinical journey. By that, what I mean is I started my clinic 1 year back, and in this 10 years of journey in the field of mental health, this is something like a baby step towards my dream, my goal. And today I have all of you here with me, and that's a really, really big thing for me. So we have a small cake cutting, and after that we can put the curtains.
speak first. It always happens. After the family has
Leaking football and it's pretty but this one is properly structured and well maintained. Yeah.